Hey parents, and welcome back. I hope you had a great break. It is now second semester. All the students' grades had started over, and I want to take this opportunity to welcome you back and welcome some new parents because I have some new students in my classes. And if you're looking around thinking, Runnels, why? Why the dystopian theme? Well, that's because if you have not heard, ChatGPT is online, and ChatGPT is an AI software. If you have not tried using it, it is pretty cool. But education world's freaking out about it because it can write students' essays for them, and it sounds like humans. I've kind of figured it out, but you know, because it's an AI software, I thought the Terminator theme was appropriate. Hopefully you're old enough to get that reference. So today I want to talk about a couple of grades that the students already have in, what we've already been doing this software or this semester. Sorry it's taken so long to get this video out. I have been slammed. But, you're a priority, so I want to get this video out for you. I also want to spend just a small amount of time talking about if your child should be taking AP classes next semester. And I think you'll find that my response on that is not necessarily what you thought it would be. So let's go to a happier place than this dystopian world. So I'll see you in a second. That's better. Okay, welcome to my classroom. If you've never seen it before, this is my wonderful classroom, and this is the view that your students see every day. So I want to talk about real quick. I have some announcements and then some things we've done already in this semester. For announcements, this week and next week is the students' chance to sign up for Francis Tuttle. So if they're interested in Francis Tuttle, then they need to sign up this week or next week, and that is done online now on Francis Tuttle's website, which honestly is pretty great because they can go on and see all the class options, and then they can sign up and not have to worry about, did the counselor submit it, did they not submit it, and if they're really into Francis Tuttle and those jobs are paying a lot of money right now, then go ahead and get on that, because right now it is free because the school pays for all that, which is pretty dang sweet. Okay, what have we done already? So we are already 3 weeks in, 2.5, somewhere in there, and already we have gotten quite a bit done. We have already had a murder mystery with Officer Keystone as a guest star. The kids love this assignment where I teach them how to use inference. And then we did an essay, which was a narrative essay, and they got to choose one of 4 topics to write about. We spent a week doing that. Your students will every single week do a little bit of writing and a little bit of reading. I'm going to work on their reading skills so they're prepared for, the ACT, or we're just going to build up their reading comprehension skills each week. And then finally now we're moving on to the nonfiction unit and rhetoric, which is going to be a good time. My students always love that. After that, we'll move on to poetry. One of the things I want to discuss, and this is a question I get asked occasionally, but should my student go into AP? And my answer is probably not what a lot of students or parents think it is. First, you need to consider, is your student going to go to college? And if they're not going to go to college, or you don't think they're going to go to college, then probably not. The AP is probably not the class for them, unless they just want to be challenged, and absolutely take it. The real advantage of AP classes is that they get to take the AP test at the end, but there's a new advantage that's happened over since COVID. As soon as COVID hit, a lot of colleges stopped looking at ACT scores since things were so badly disrupted. And an interesting thing happened. They found out when they started admitting students based on the rigor of their classes, they had a lot fewer dropouts. So when I talk to enrollment officers, and I've talked to several to make sure this is true, they all say kind of the same thing, that they may start looking at ACT scores, but they really liked the method of looking at the rigor of the classes to decide which students to accept, which means that if your student is planning on going to college, then it would probably be to their benefit to take AP next year. Because legitimately, the weight that they're putting on AP classes and getting into college A C on an AP class is probably worth more than an A in an on-level class, because AP classes are held to a national standard, so they kind of know what they're getting with that student. If they can get a B or an A in an AP class, and I completely think they can. Mr. Young is a fantastic teacher. I hear great things, and what I see I really love from Mr. Young. He's very patient and he's great. So if you're worried about your kid being overwhelmed, Mr. Young is very good at working with them. And then if they are still struggling, well, they can always come to me, even if they're juniors next year, and ask for help. And I'm always happy to ask them. But this may be the time in their life where they probably need to be challenged. And if they're planning on going to college, again, those AP credits are worth more, and college admissions, people are looking at those. So I just wanted to hit on that real quick because, it's not time to enroll yet, but we're not that far away from enrollment. And probably I wanted to give you enough time to think about that issue and kind of discuss it with maybe your students. See, is that something you'd be willing to try? Again, Mr. Young is a really good teacher, and I think that they would probably do very well in there. I have several students that went to his class from my class last year, and they're all doing exceptionally well. So consider it, especially if your students plan on going to college. Now I'm starting to repeat myself, which means it's time to end. Thank you for your time. Guys, I'm glad to be back. I'm glad you're back with me. Thank you so much for watching these videos. You really do matter a lot. Have a great day. Bye.